You won't believe the stuff my teacher did. Seriously, you can't make this up. We all have that one quirky teacher, but Mr. Barker, he's in a league of his own. Every day with him felt like stepping into a sitcom, and honestly, it made school way more interesting than it had any right to be. Picture this. My science teacher, Mr. Barker, walks in with his shirt inside out. Again. Not just once or twice, but like every other week. At first we thought it was a one-time thing, but nope. It became his signature look. Some of us even started taking bets on what color his inside-out shirt would be that day. We're all used to it by now. The new kids always do a double take, but the rest of us just try not to laugh too loudly. He starts the day by asking if anyone's seen his coffee mug. Turns out he's been using a beaker from the lab. He'd just stroll around sipping coffee from it, totally unfazed. One time, he even wrote his name on the side with a marker, as if that made it less weird. One time he tried to prove gravity by dropping his lunch tray, and forgot to let go. Lasagna everywhere. The whole cafeteria went silent, then burst out laughing. He just stood there, noodles on his shoes, and said, "Well, that's one way to make a point." He tried to help clean up, but somehow managed to make it worse by knocking over a stack of trays. The lunch lady just shook her head and handed him a mop. Classic Mr. Barker. When we asked if we could go outside for class, he said, "Sure, as long as you bring the whiteboard." We thought he was joking, but nope, he was dead serious. So there we were, a bunch of us trying to maneuver this massive whiteboard through the door, giggling and bumping into desks. He actually watched us try to carry it through the door. Spoiler, it didn't fit. We got it wedged halfway and had to call for backup. Mr. Barker just stood there sipping his beaker coffee and said, "Well, that's a lesson in physics right there." He even took a picture of us and put it on the classroom wall under epic fails. At least he had a sense of humor about it. Pop quiz day, he handed out math tests and science. We all stared at the papers, totally confused. Some kids thought it was a trick question, but nope, it was just straight up algebra. When someone pointed it out, he just shrugged and said, "It's all numbers, right?" We ended up doing the quiz anyway, and he graded it with smiley faces instead of actual scores. Honestly, he made every day an adventure. You never knew what was going to happen next. Would he accidentally set off the fire alarm? Or start a lesson about frogs and end up talking about outer space? It was never boring. Sure, he didn't have much common sense, but hey, he definitely made school unforgettable. Years later, we still talk about his wildest moments. And honestly, I wouldn't trade those memories for anything. Ever had a teacher like that? If you have your own Mr. Barker story, I want to hear it. Because sometimes the teachers who make the least sense end up making the best memories.